Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Leverage podcast. Today I have another amazing real estate agent who is very skilled in the investing world, has a lot of knowledge, a lot of background in that area. I'm excited to hear about his story. I'm excited to hear about his journey. I'm excited to hear about how he's kind of built leverage, right, as he's grown his business model. So today I'm honored to have Mr. James Brown on today's show, and I look forward to hearing what he says. Hey James, what do you do and how do you make money? Explain to our folks.
Well, staying focused is definitely an issue, and things have shifted over the years. Right now, I'm just basically like an investor agent, so helping clients find buy and hold properties, fix and flip properties, and specifically, we can get into some of the ways to buy and hold, like in the Denver market where I am,
Sure,
and actually cash flow. So.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'll actually be in Denver. I think I'm at some networking event. I'm out of Dallas. I'll be in Denver, I think September 30th. No, August 31st through September 3rd. So if timing meets and you're in the Denver area, maybe we'll connect up, have a drink or have a bite to eat or something. So
That'd be cool.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm excited for that. Okay, awesome. What are you looking right now to do to kind of grow your business?
You know what? I'm definitely a collaborator.
Yeah.
So growing, it's not just me, right? Although it's that airline idea. Like you got to put the oxygen on yourself first. So
Yeah.
got to concentrate on that. But I love helping other people along the way. So growing.
If people want to reach out to you, would you be willing to coach them? Do you have like a program around that? What does that kind of look like?
Yeah, I don't have anything official. I mean, there's different things I can help people with. Like my background is lease options, rent to own on the investing side. And if somebody wanted to get into that space and kind of make that their niche, I can do one-on-one coaching.
Sure. Love that. What do you guys do a lot of subject to in your model, or is that not such a thing in that Colorado market?
Not for rent to own. Like the model we do, we're basically just buying on market.
Got it.
Helping, basically matching up, brokering somebody that can't get a loan now and somebody that can, one of our investors or us, and we buy a house on market. So we're not doing that. We could go down the rabbit hole with subject to.
Exactly.
Let's not go for 2 hours straight.
Or an exciting. It depends on who's on the other line. Talk to me a little bit about like who's your ideal client, like who could benefit from your purchase or your services.
Well, house hackers, kind of as help people get going. In fact, one of my partners has what we call the real estate ladder. And so it's basically helping people the idea is to get people to 3 properties. Mm-hmm. Like that can be life-changing when you're building equity over 3. If they want to go beyond that, they can. But the idea is start with 1 primary residence, leverage that, go buy 2 more eventually. So that's
I love like that. Give kind of guidance on, I know there's the Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? And they kind of coach through that and go through that. So talk to a little bit about like, if I was a 19-year-old fresh out of high school and I had the funds to be able to pick up my first home, whether it's an FHA deal, whatever the case is, explain to our guests, like, what does that house hacking path look like?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what you said is like getting that FHA financing where it's 3.5% down. Instead of like if you go out as an investor, you got to put 20% down typically, right? And so small amount down, and then you start building over time. And house hacking, meaning renting out the other rooms.
Yep.
And then eventually you get some equity and you can leverage that. Leverage podcast, leverage that and buy more properties. I love it. Like when I run into kids that are 19, I'm like, I want to grab them by the collar, like, listen to me. If I was you, this is what I would have done. Like I'll walk you through it. Like I get so fired up. Like and when they're like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'm like, no, listen.
It's so
I'm gonna change your freaking life. Listen to me.
I was blessed to have a 18-year-old that joined which was my son. He joined me in real estate. We ran a pretty sizable team. He was able to close like I think 21, 22 deals as a 18, 19-year-old, right? Like I just gave him my buyers, but he had to go earn the right to get more than just what I gave him. Long story short, right? He made a great chunk of change and he went out and did that exact concept, right? He went out, got his first home on an FHA, house hacked it, at 19. His buddies are like, we need a place to live, right? Cool. I have my friends live with me. They pay rent. Like literally at one point in time, he was so like attracted to this house hacking and co-living quote unquote concept, right? Or almost pad split these days. That wasn't back then. And like literally he would stay in the water tank, like utility room with a bed because he just didn't care. He was just making so much money coming in to pay
Yeah.
his mortgage, even though he was fairly well off with selling that many homes in Colorado, right? But the
Yeah.
point being is like, yeah, then he ended up moving out and he bought another property. Then he moved to Tennessee and bought another property. And now he sold a couple of those and whatnot. But yeah, long story short, right, is the one asset that he still has, and including the 1.4 million head dollar house or whatever he just bought in Dallas, but he still has that like four, five, $600,000 in equity over that. I think he's 29 now, so he must have bought that house like 10 years. So
Yeah. That's powerful.
really cool story. And again, everybody can do it. Like just because he sold 20 homes and made a couple $100,000 or whatever that was as an 18-year-old, it doesn't matter. Like if you have the funds to be able to put 3.5% down, what's your mortgage going to be based on where you live, right?
Yeah.
2,800, 3,200, 4,000, whatever. But you can get enough people in that property that'll at least, I mean, you're going to pay no more than you would rent somewhere else anyways, worst case. So,
Yeah.
and you're building equity. Love that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest breakthrough at any point in time in your career that kind of changed the trajectory of your business?
That's an interesting one.
It's a big move, like, yeah, big change that happened. That was a great thing.
I'm going through kind of like a business breakup, unwinding some stuff right now. And I think it's still in process, but I realized I don't have like all the skills, right? So I've like leaned on other people that have, separate, different skills that kind of make up for my lack, right?
Yeah.
And being like tied to somebody and not being self-sufficient is not good. And like my tendency is to go out and find somebody else that can, fill that gap. But I'm like, stop. maybe work on those skills, So yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things recently where I'm like, okay, it was maybe hurting me, not leaning into doing the hard things.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I see that a lot of times in real estate specific because I did run a big team, right? And all that backstory. But the point is like real estate agents, and I'm in a virtual assistant company now. And I bring that up because the point is like a lot of salespeople will call me and say, I want a inside sales agent, right? I need somebody setting my appointments. And I'm like, okay, but to be a good leader, right? Or how efficient are you at doing it? Because you're going to have to lead. I don't care if it's a virtual assistant or a US based hire. None of that matters to me. The point is they can't do it if they don't have a strong leader, which means that strong leader's got to build the skills. So you got to get the skill to be able to lead people. Then you can leverage and delegate that off. Oh, by the way, it is one of your highest dollar values. So it's probably the last thing that you should give up is the lead generation piece. But so many people just don't want to do that. So they think the easiest way is to hire somebody. Then it's like, how many leads do you have coming in? Oh, well, that's what they do. And that's not what an ISA does. An ISA takes your leads. And if you think that they aren't going to run out in a week, you probably shouldn't hire somebody, right? You should still be working those leads. So
Yeah.
I digress, but it's to your point, right? Exactly that. It's like build your skills first, because if you're going to hire somebody from a leverage standpoint, it's going to be you as the business owner more than likely, unless you have a large business that's going to have to train them, right? And give them guidance and lead them in systems and processes and all of those things. Looking back, what was kind of a business mistake that you've made in your career, and how did you kind of overcome that?
Mistakes. That's a good question. Hey, I guess going back to the partnership thing, not going with my gut feeling. There's like there's reasons why we're kind of going our separate ways.
Sure.
And there's some gut check things I should have just listened to, but I was all fired up and like, let's go. And it comes back and later, like, there's some things there that maybe I should have been listening to the gut. Yeah.
It's like they say, it's like I'm a big believer in a lot of like Gary Keller and just things like that in KW back in the day, just because he really helped me build what I built. But the point is like he, it's always the slow to hire, quick to fire, right? Is that mindset? I think partnerships, well, you can't really do the quick to fire once you're in a legal business together, but it's like a slow to quote unquote hire, right? And I think a lot of times business owners in general, and we've all had to learn that, is finding the right partner is very difficult, right? It's because the excitement exudes, maybe not common sense, but it makes the fog over things that could be problems that aren't addressed, right? And so it sounds like kind of a similar situation, right? Trust your gut. Doing it maybe a little slower and being like less about let's get going with and I've done that. I have business partners today that I love and adore, but we've had to go through some very difficult times that would have probably not been so difficult had we slowed down and really addressed these questions on the front end.
Yeah. Set expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes you can't head all of it off. Like just things change too, right?
They do. I mean, like life happens. I mean, I got a business partner that had gone through a divorce. That's a massive change, right? A massive impact financially. That is a burden on the partner in the business, right? And how good are your contracts? And, there's a lot that goes into that. What is something entrepreneurs underestimate? I'm sorry.
Underestimate.
Yeah.
How much work has gone into it. I mean, that's the basic one. Everybody, glorifies being an entrepreneur, but man, there's wearing all these hats, and you just got to stick with it, even when you don't feel like it, and give up your nights and weekends, all that.
You're absolutely right. I hear that all the time, right? I used to laugh in the real estate when I ran that large team. It was like, the first question you always ask if somebody wants to get into real estate, right, is one, how much you want to make? And it's always $100,000. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. And you can totally do it, but you know what it takes to do that, right? Oh, well, I just want to do it part-time. I'm like, then 100 grand isn't in your future. And then the same thing, right? Is it's like, I got into business for flexibility and to be my own boss. I was like, well, we're about to find out how good of a boss you are of yourself, right?
Yeah, you have many bosses. Get ready. And they all have different personalities. And,
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So true. So true. What is a trend that you're kind of paying attention to right now, right? Whether it's in the housing market in Colorado, whether it's on the rent to own scenario. Talk to me a little bit about trends that you're kind of watching.
Rent to own, that's an interesting one, because two of the big players got out of the market at the beginning of 2025 and haven't re-entered. Could go down a rabbit hole, hemming and hawing about why. But so I've actually shifted more into the co-living, which is kind of a form of house hacking, except when we say co-living, we typically mean an investor owns the house but doesn't live in it, where they're living in the house. It's like, as an example for Denver, you can't go even putting 20% down, buy a house and have it cash flow, because our rents haven't kept up with where we skyrocketed to on prices, so but co-living, you can make it work if you add enough bedrooms and run it right. And keep your occupancy up and all those things. So
I love that. I love that concept that the fact that you can generate revenue right off of 4 different rentals or 5 different renters, right, based on adding additional bedrooms and co-living space. Is such a unique opportunity that not enough, I think, businesses are doing that right now. I've never personally done it. I mean, I have a short-term rental in Scottsdale, Arizona that struggled after the market kind of boomed in the area with regards to the saturation of investors with low interest rates. So then obviously I turned it into a long-term rental, but I absolutely could have turned that into like a co-living space, but
Yeah, it's an easy conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It really
it's similar,
is.
especially if you got it all furnished, which some people with co-living don't furnish. I believe in furnishing. And as far as trends go, like Pad Split, which is kind of the Airbnb app for co-living, came to Denver, spoke at the Cash Flow Club investor meetup I run 2-ish years ago, and then I helped them set up some of their first houses. And about the same time, we had a statewide law that got passed saying that there's no limit to how many unrelated people live in a house, which is typically, there's some limit no matter where you are, except for I think there's 3 states now, including Colorado, where there's no limit. So, and the reason they passed that is they're trying to solve the affordability problem and our homeless problem, and it's working. Yeah.
Is it working?
Yep.
No, that's good. Yeah, because I know, like, I think at one point in time, like Boulder County obviously is very restrictive, right? Just because of the area it's in. But I think at that time, like, if you had more than 2 people in the place, it had to be no more less than 1 that was bloodline. I can't remember. I don't want to misquote it, but I just know there was definitely some differences between the Colorado market and legislation and rules, even the Boulder ones. And so has any of that, and I try to put you on the spot, but has that legislation, like I do have 2 rental long terms right now. Like I have one in Firestone, Colorado, and one up in Berthoud, Colorado, right? And they're long-term rented of mine, but I try to keep up with the legislation. But have you seen anything that's beneficial based on legislation or harmful, right, from your perspective?
Man, it's always a push and pull. It's definitely gone way more towards the tenants. Yeah, it's been tricky. But the last session was a few little things passed, but it wasn't insane or anything. So it was like, okay, well, maybe we found a kind of some stability here. So
I'm thankful for ChatGPT basically going, hey, what's changed in the legislation as a tenant for a property in Firestone that I need to know about right now to protect myself? That way I don't have to try to keep up with all of the legislation. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. I follow a property management company that's based here all up and down the Front Range, and just, every time a video comes out, I'm like, okay, explain this to me so I understand, because I know this legalese.
That was when I was a heavy duty real estate agent in that Colorado market, specifically northern Colorado. It was just what you said reminded me of like the legal bites, right, from Department of Regulation, DORA, right? It's like, here's Scott, whatever his name is, legal bites, sound bites. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to what I need to know here. I mean, yes, you had your annual update course and all of that stuff, but I just like the legal bites because I could be like, okay, if they're bringing this on as a legal bite, it's a potential gotcha moment.
Yeah. Scott explains that stuff well. Has fun with it.
Exactly, 100%. All right, I'm going to hit you on a lightning round here real quick.
Hey.
What is your favorite business book? It may even be the one that's on your banner in your Facebook.
Oh, yeah. I've written and contributed to a bunch of books. I mean, for agents, The Full Fee Agent, I recommend that one. Not many people have heard of it, but it's based off of Chris Voss's Never Split the Difference, but written for realtors.
Okay.
So many awesome takeaways. Like,
that's cool. I'm definitely having to push that out to my crowd because clearly my background's real estate, so I know a lot of real estate agents. So very cool.
It's on Audible.
Yeah. Okay.
And
awesome.
I've taken copious notes, listened to it multiple times because it's gold.
It's one of those ones you can listen. It's like the MREA back in the day. It's like you could read it 5 times and get something out of it different. What is your best purchase under $1,000?
Best purchase. I was going to say my iPhone.
Yeah.
They used to be under 1,000. I mean, it's everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like I had a buddy left his on his bumper the other day, and it's gone. And he's losing his mind. Like everything's there. But that's how we make money with our freaking iPhones.
Yeah.
Or Androids. You can make money with an Android too, but
we can start a debate, the typical iPhone versus Android debate. What apps do you use most on your phone?
Apps. Instagram.
Okay. All
too
right.
much.
I love it.
You know, social media gets a bad rap because you can go down rabbit holes, and I do. But I curate it, so I follow a lot of like really high level realtors, sales coaches, mindset people.
Yeah.
So it's
much,
not
yeah.
just garbage going in.
Yeah. Again, it's like anything else, right? It's like a computer. If you use it for business and learning and growth, great. If you use it to play solitaire, then you're not really furthering anything, right?
Yeah.
What's an impactful business or what most impactful habit that you have?
Habit, I guess, using my calendar and time blocking, and I've got a lot of to improve there, but just sticking with that and doing
It's
the
one of
hard
the
things.
Yeah, doing the hard things. I love that. And it's one like calendaring is like one of the simplest things that nobody wants to give credit to. They're just like, oh yeah, I've heard that a million times. It's like, okay, well, your reason you've heard it a million times is because it's so foundationally important to having a control of your lifestyle, right? And control of your day and focusing on the high dollar stuff and not getting distracted with running to every damn emergency that may or may not be emergency, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right, man. The last question I have for you is your definition. If you were the encyclopedia and you had to write a definition for leverage, how would you define that in your terms?
Using resources, tools, and other people to exponentially improve your business without taking advantage of anybody. Like, that's the one thing,
Yeah.
If you're leveraging people, don't be a jerk. Like, make it a win-win for both, right?
Yeah, I love the leverage and not having to sacrifice yourself or more time, but I think you add that in and not sacrifice others. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Really good point. Well, if anybody wanted to reach out to you to pick your brain on any of this, whether it's the co-living space, whether it's the rent to own, whether it's just to help buy or sell a property in the Denver market, like how would they reach out to you?
I made it super easy. Go to jamesbrownrealestate.com
Nice.
/connect.
/connect. All right. Well, and as everybody knows, they have a way to get a hold of me with all of the networking and all the connections that I make through just my history plus podcasts. That is why I do these a lot of times, is because I feel like I'm one of the best connectors and that's my genius and I love doing it. I don't just lose people's names and phone numbers like they do at conferences. I have a complete database of this. So when somebody reach out, I take copious notes and I'll be like, I'm not going to be like, who's James Brown? I'm going to be like, I know exactly who he is because I just focus intently on it. So thank you so much for joining our show today. To our guests, another outstanding episode. If you have any comments, you want to put them down below in the YouTube channel, please do so. We'll make sure that we respond to those. Obviously, click the bell, like us, and thank you so much for taking your time, James, today.
Thanks. This was awesome.
Thank you.